So this one is from the Wireless Wit archives, and it takes us back to frigid Chicago. I was excited, a little oddly excited, I feel like, but I was at a Comptia event, and Greg, Plum, and I, we went out with some friends and some fellow Comptiers, and we're going to get some pizza. And again, it was a cold 2-block walk, but we thought, hey, what better place to record a quick interview than a noisy pizza joint when you're both hungry? So I don't know. Occasionally I just make a bad call, right? But it was a great quality time. Check out this quick video where Greg talks to us about Comptia, emerging technology, and the ecosystem that we often refer to. So here we are, Pi Day, right?
Pi Day.
And we are, where are we at?
We're in Chicago, home of the world famous deep dish pie, Giordano's.
Yeah, Giordano's.
Yep.
So, and why, wait a minute. Okay, so you're from
here?
Delaware, I'm from Georgia. Why are we in Chicago?
So we're here for Comptia. Communities, what's it called? CCF. Yes, we're Communities and Council Forum.
Community and Council Forum sounds good.
Yeah. Is that terrible? CCF. Everything's in an acronym in tech, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So basically, it pulls together all the leaders in the different communities and the different councils, and then across the whole organization. And you and I happen to be one of each.
That's right. Emerging technology, advanced solutions. Very exciting part of the digital transformation. I mean, Comptia is really doing the industry a great service, I feel like, by advancing the conversation, educating the masses, and kind of having that breadcrumb trail to where the revenue is, taking it from promise to profit even, right?
From promise to profit. I've heard that one.
Yeah, some wise man told me that one time.
I don't know who that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing that I think is kind of cool that we've talked about that's really risen to the top is the gap in the workforce. The gap in the amount of resources that are available, educated, qualified resources to fill the massive amounts of openings in the tech space. And Comptia is one of the organizations that's starting to address that. And it's fun to be a part of that conversation.
It is. In fact, one of the stats I think we heard that, out of the top 10 career choices for young people, technology is like number 7. It's shocking. I mean, this is a generation that grew up on technology, and maybe it's because they just take it for granted. They think it's like air, Someone has to help advance the technology. I mean, technology doesn't move fast until it moves fast, and it only moves fast when there are ambassadors and people willing to advance that conversation.
Well, I think the other problem is people think technology, they think it's coding necessarily. It's not necessarily coding. There are all the answers, the periphery type. You have marketing that's still involved. You have sales. Sales is a massive part of our industry. Nothing happens until somebody sells.
Nothing happens until somebody buys something. Somebody buys something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
So tech is not just coding. It's a big part of it. It's not the only thing. So we're talking about, the apprenticeship program. We're talking about the academy that Comptia has. So there are these non-traditional forms of education that are helping to fill that gap. So
all these certifications. I mean, there's a lot of certifications.
And everybody knows A+. Everybody knows A+ certification, but there's A+, there's Network Plus, Security Plus. And the newest one is Data Plus.
Data Plus.
Right. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because everything's about data. You have all these devices at the edge collecting all this data. Now you have to do something with it and turn it into actionable items.
Yeah. If you can't make it actionable data, then what's the point?
That's exactly right. It's just noise.
Yeah. So, I want to talk to, if you're out there and you're thinking you can't be in technology because you don't have an engineering degree, yours truly, 24 years ago, I was jumping out of airplanes and blowing stuff up. That was my job. And here I am today, a consultant to consultants, an ambassador for technology. I get to hang out with this guy and so many others like him.
I was a geophysics major.
A geophysics major. So, okay, well, at least you're kind of in the realm of smart people.
I was first in my class and last.
I
was a class of 1.
Yeah, I was really good at blowing up stuff. That's not really hard. Physics does most of that. But man, what an amazing journey we're on. We make a living helping others make a living
offering technology.
Offering technology,
To
all
solve
through
problems,
technology.
to solve the problem, whatever the problem may be. And
That's
we're
true.
kind of, and I heard it many times today, and I love it. We are helping, skate where the puck is going. That's the thing. It's not where it is today. It's not looking at what the problems are today. It's looking at tomorrow's problems, what solutions we can put in, how we can layer services on top to solve tomorrow's problems. That's kind of fascinating. It's kind of fun, a little humbling, and a little scary.
Talk about an ecosystem.
Wow.
How do we fit in this ecosystem? Can you break that down? Is that a short answer?
So, ecosystem's a buzzword right now, right? Everyone's talking about it. And essentially, I mean, I look at it like this, and you've heard this analogy, but I view it as, all software companies are looking, obviously, they're looking to grow their business. So they look at their target customer, their ICP, ideal customer profile. Think of that as like the race car driver, right? They're going around their race. When they pull into the pit stop, you have people coming out of the woodwork. You've got like a dozen people swarming around, and they have one specific job. So if you are one of them, if you're a consultant working with that customer, it behooves you to understand who else is serving that customer and what they're doing for them. It gives you a whole different route to get into that customer, find out what else they're buying, who are they buying from, when are they buying, why are they buying, who's influencing them, are they in a marketplace, do they belong to organizations? As soon as you know all these influences, it gives you additional routes to market. That to me that's ecosystem. So if they all work together, the more touch points you have or more influences you have with the different players in the ecosystem, the more successful you're going to be.
And it's important to know where you are in that ecosystem, and are you leveraging the entire ecosystem? I mean, that's if you think you're an island to yourself, you're probably missing the big picture.
You can't offer everything. You can't be everything to all people. So you have your piece. Find out who else is serving that customer with their piece. And because they have their own customers, right? That provider, whatever, is their consultant, they've got a whole pool of customers outside of your shared customer. That potentially could be your audience as well.
I'm just wondering what kind of pizza you're going to get. I mean, that's my next question.
We're going to miss out because they're ordering without us.
Are they ordering without us?
Probably.
Well, I mean, are you going to do a beer?
Absolutely.
I mean, they have beer here, so we may have to have a beverage and a beer and a pie.
We have to celebrate Pi Day the right way. It'd be wrong not to have a beer on Pi Day.
Anything else you want to add?
I just think you touched on it. It's like an honor. It truly is an honor. I mean, Comptia gives you an opportunity to really step out of your own P&L. I have my customer base, my different clients that I work with, and I love them all. They're all very varied. But what this does, it gives us the opportunity to look at the industry as a whole. And frankly, it kind of gives you a seat at a table that otherwise you wouldn't have. So for that, I'm grateful, and it's a ton of fun. And you're able to get pizza in Chicago on National Pie Day.
Yeah, thanks for your time, and
always
appreciate
pleasure.
it, man. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Absolutely.
See you next time.
Ciao.
Here we go. That was fun.
Man, that was fun.